Hello. So, it's Sunday night. I believe it's the 14th of October. And I had just finished my last video live Scorpio, right? So I was sitting here getting ready for bed and doing what I normally do. I do a little bit of reading and I write some things down about what happened during the day. And then I sit here and I ask my grandmother if there are any messages or if there's anything that she wants me to know, or, do I need to do anything? Did I miss anything today? And her answer was interesting. All of a sudden, being empathic too, like I am, all of a sudden I got this really sad feeling, this really deep, dark type of sensation. It came all over me. It told me that somebody who wasn't really close maybe to their parents growing up, or somebody who grew up maybe in a dysfunctional family, maybe your parents argued a lot, maybe your father drank a lot, maybe your mom drank a lot. Either way, that they weren't really there for you. You had to depend kind of on your friends, and sometimes you had a best friend who their parents seemed to take you a lot of places, maybe down the shore for the day, or maybe for weekend little vacations or whatever, but you ate dinner at their house a lot, or you hung out there a lot when you were younger. Whoever this message seems to be for, it is a message about somebody missing out on a lot in their childhood. Somebody having to grow up way too fast. Somebody who had to take on responsibilities that a normal child or somebody that age shouldn't have had to deal with. Should have been able to be a kid. I'm not sure who this is for. And I'm not sure what words are still going to come, because I'm hearing them as I'm speaking. But I am being told that when you used to think that nobody loved you, God always loved you. And when you used to think that nobody could hear you crying at night, nobody could hear you asking, why does Johnny or Mary or Michael all have parents, and why are you left dealing with what you're dealing with? Some of you literally grew up. Maybe there was mice running around in your house, or I hate to say roaches running around in your house, or just your house not being as clean as you would liked it to have been. It didn't look like your friend's house. A lot of you woke up on Christmas, some of you with no gifts. Some of you may have woken up with a couple gifts, but not a whole lot. Somebody's family member even forgot your birthday. You'll know who this is. This is a very unique message. Somebody's parents or parent, maybe your father, was arrested and went away for a lot of years while you were growing up. Maybe some of you had somebody who was raised, maybe you were raised by an older sibling. Maybe your parents, neither one were around. Maybe you had a single parent to raise you, but they were always running around or running out or doing what they wanted to do, but they left somebody a little older than you, not much, maybe 2 years older than you, to watch out for you. They did the best they could. For some of you, there's a family member that you've had bad vibes with, that you've had no communication with for a long time, that you've had a lot of resentment toward them. You've had a lot of anger, a lot lot of mixed emotions. You almost numbed it to the point where you couldn't feel anything anymore. It feels like you just couldn't take the pain anymore, but you couldn't escape it either. So you found a way to numb it. Maybe you started drinking, maybe you started drugging, maybe you started just simply ignoring what you felt. Maybe you started putting a block up with your emotions. And from that point on, you never let anybody in again. You never let anybody get too close again. Maybe this was your way of making sure you didn't get hurt. I feel the tears coming down on somebody's face as I'm saying this. And I know you're wondering how I know this, or how I found it out, or how I heard it. Well, you know that I'm psychic. You know I hear my grandmother. We come from a very sensitive, intimate, close family. Love is a very big part of my family. And sharing our love with other people is the reason that she does what she does, and I do what I do. Yes, I make money. Yes, it is my job. But it is the best job that I could ever ask for in this whole world. It's like a doctor who gets to heal people. Well, I get to help people. And that's what I like to do. So if I have to do something and make money, I'd rather do it helping people. Then it's a win-win, right? I'm only here to be honest with you and truthful with you on any video that I do, any messages that I bring to you. There's a reason for this message tonight. And that's to let you know to either allow yourself to forgive somebody who did you wrong. Okay, even if this wasn't your story that I told, it still might be important for so many people to see that if you have some type of anger, resentment, some kind of ache in your heart from either a love relationship hurting you, a family member hurting you, somebody may have abused you physically, mentally, sexually, emotionally. If any of that happened, find a way to forgive somebody. Not for them. Again, it's always about for you. Because when you've separated from somebody, you've distanced yourself from somebody who's hurt you, that's good, but if you're still holding on to the anger and the pain, then that person is still controlling you, which is just as bad as if they were still hurting you, still raping you, still beating you, still calling you names, still abusing you one way or the other. But if you forgive them, then you can let them go and get rid of them. Then they can't haunt you anymore. They can't hurt you anymore. For somebody who needs to finally make peace with something or someone, if there's somebody that you wish that a situation, didn't get as bad as it did, maybe it was just a verbal argument with a family member, but you haven't talked to them, or every time you do talk to that family member, all you do is argue or fight. Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your sister, brother, father, whoever. Find a way to communicate with them. Let them know that although you don't agree with what they say, and they don't agree with what you say, that you do, however, still respect their opinion, but you just choose to make your own decisions now because you're grown. But you don't want your differences to create such anger between the two of you that you'd like to just accept each other for who you are and allow for them to allow you to grow and mature into the person who you've become? Somebody out there is just sitting and wondering, what's next? Where do I go from here? What am I supposed to do with my life now? My life was supposed to be two. Me and somebody else. Me and my partner. Me and my husband. Me and my girlfriend. Me and somebody else. And now that that person is missing, and all I get to look at is a blank wall. Nobody there. I wait, and I hope, and I wonder what's next. I don't want to keep sitting next to nobody. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on things that everybody else, it seems, gets to enjoy. I need to find a new direction. I need to make my life better so that I get excited about waking up in the morning. I need to find a way to balance out the things that did not serve me in my life, the negative things, the negative people, my negative attitude maybe. So some of you are saying that or feeling that. Tomorrow's a brand new day, and it is up to only you to decide what you're going to do about it to make it different than yesterday. What can you do? Write 10 things down on a piece of paper. What can you do starting tomorrow that can change the outcome of your day, of your week, of your month, of your year, of your life? What can you do to better yourself, your situation? Think about that. You can also write down the 10 things you felt put you in the position that you're in right now. Own your own shit when you're doing it, okay? Let's not point the finger at everybody else. What could you have done differently to change the outcome from where you are now? What could you have done differently? You couldn't control your partner cheating. You couldn't control your partner lying. You couldn't control if a family member was abusing you. Not if you're a child. You couldn't control that. You couldn't control if your husband, your wife, your spouse, whoever, your partner, your friend, your family member, your cousin, your uncle, you couldn't control them. But you could control you and the way that you allowed or didn't allow, somebody to speak to you. Now, as a child, again, this has nothing to do with any child, because a child cannot control what any adult does. And a lot of times they're manipulated and scared into being quiet and not telling anyone. So for a child, this is not pertaining to that. But as an adult, this is pertaining to you. Set boundaries, make goals, set limits, and don't accept less than what you deserve. And you deserve the best. Because I, for one, I think you're awesome. And I think I'm really happy to know you and to have you involved in my life, one way or the other. I want you to know that you are a priceless gem. And you are the apple of someone's eye. If you're with somebody now who doesn't appreciate you and doesn't see the value of you, then you don't need them. Okay? So, if nobody else told you today that they love you, I'm telling you that I love you. And I hope to see you again soon. I look forward to catching up with you, hearing from you, seeing how you're doing. Okay? And I want you to be excited about you too. Alright, so when you wake up in the morning, you're going to see you first in the mirror. So say good morning. Tell yourself you love yourself. Say, you know what? I decided I'm going to have a great day today. And see how that works for you. So for now, whoever got this message, I hope that it really helps you. And for others of you who can relate to some of the things that I've said in here, please take whatever pertains for you, resonates, makes sense, helps you. Please take it and do what you can with it. And encourage somebody else to do the same. Pay it forward, okay? Pay this forward. Share it. Don't forget, please, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And post a comment below. Alright, and I will check them out. But this is me and Grandma finally saying goodnight. And I really hope that now you can sleep well knowing that your secret is safe with me. My grandma knows what you've been through. She knows how you've struggled. She knows how you've cried. And she wants you to wipe your tears. She wants you to know it's going to be okay. You're safe now. And things are going to get better. What you thought was a setback was a set up. It's getting you ready for a better level. Something better to come. Alright? So stay positive. Be strong. And I'll see you soon. That's a promise.